Oh, is this on? Oh, well, right now I am on PrevPack because I might have Helicobacter pylori or H. pylori or whatever. So I gotta take all this, one of these, for 14 days. I don't think it makes me feel too good, but it's an antibiotic, goes down and kills the H. pylori, whatever. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about religion and psychiatry and how they mix or don't mix. I think it's funny when people say psychiatric drugs are bad or of the devil because of the harm they do, side effects, whatever. But I think another way to look at it is God created the earth. God said the earth was good, so maybe that means all the elements on the earth were good, and maybe God wanted us to find out what mixture of elements would cure diseases. And that's what the pills are, that's what the drugs are. But sometimes I do wonder if the drugs I'm on are going to kill me because make me feel bad, or I have a bad reaction or whatever. But I really do think that maybe God inspires scientists, gives them the knowledge, and helps them produce drugs to help people. So in a way, psychiatry or psychiatric drugs can be seen as a way of God healing the masses. I mean, if you think about having a mental illness before 1900, there's nothing they could do, you know? In Jesus' time, the only thing that they did for people that were mentally ill was just nothing. And the only thing they can do is have Jesus heal them. Anyway, so I think one of them is not even a mixture of elements. It's just lithium. I take lithium, and I felt like I was healed by God when I took lithium. Yeah, you hear those noises? It's July 4th, so anyway, so I could not control my thoughts. I was just agitated and just really, I guess, angry. Just and lithium just made me calm. I mean, if you talk to my wife, she would tell you it's night and day. I mean, I used to yell, stuff like that. Because for a long time I didn't know I had a problem in my brain. I just thought, well, everything my wife is doing is to hurt me or prevent me from being happy. So those are the thoughts you have when you have bipolar and you're not being treated, and you don't. The scariest thing and the worst thing about bipolar is not knowing that you have bipolar, because the way you view the world is screwed up it's not the right way. It's not the right way to view the world. But man, after lithium, I'm able to see reality. Live more real. Be more discerning of what's right and wrong, and be be able to criticize things better. Not like criticize in a good way, um, but once it's taken me a long time to get to this point, because now I'm on lithium and Wellbutrin, Zyprexa, and I take Ambien because I have severe insomnia. Even with the Zyprexa, I still can't sleep, so gotta take something for sleep. I was taking Seroquel for sleep for a long time, but then it was making me sick. But I'm kind of going off point here. So a lot of people will say psychiatry is of the devil, and some people will say what you need to do is you need to try natural because the drugs are unnatural. But I think, well, because something's unnatural, that automatically means it's not good. That's really stupid if you think about it. Then don't do anything that's not natural, Don't drive a car. Pretty much every food you couldn't eat because it has stuff that wasn't naturally there, like our drinks, even our milk and everything else. So, but I think the natural stuff helps for people who have very mild symptoms. So, St. John's wort, 5-HTP. I tried all that stuff, and I'm too severe for that. I had to have the heavy stuff. Zyprexa's heavy, Seroquel's heavy. I mean, you don't take those drugs unless you really have a problem. So I think that the drugs can be bad for us when our psychiatrist is a bad psychiatrist, or a stupid psychiatrist, or an evil psychiatrist, and you have to understand that you go through the process of finding out what drug is good for you. So in a theological sense, psychiatry has saved millions of people's lives, and instead of being in a sanitarium, there's people that are actually able to work and provide for themselves. I mean, that's a miracle, in the last century. To go from, not being able to function, or just being incredibly unhappy and just lots of sadness and early death and suicide, to now millions of people can live longer and have peace and happiness if they seek it. But so to say that psychiatry is evil, I think people that say that don't have a family member that had a mental illness, or somebody they knew. It's like they just don't know how good psychiatry is and how much help it's done for people. But those are not permanent thoughts for me, because if I end up having a heart attack 10 years from now because of my drugs, then I might rethink things, But